Hi, today I'm gonna list my top 10 mythic and rare cards from the new Magic the Gathering edition, Amonkhet. I'm gonna start with 3 honorable mentions. My first honorable mention is for Dread Wanderer. It's a new zombie jackal that is able to return from the graveyard to the battlefield. It might enter a lot of zombie decks. That becomes a thing, so I think it has a lot of potential, but I don't think it's one of the best cards of the set. It's probably the best zombie on the set. The second one is Glorious Hand. This is a really cool card. It's something that I don't think it exists as a spell. It's a great enabler for combo decks. It's a great response to combo decks. I think it's a really cool card, a really cool design. Not a top 10 card, but I might see a lot of play in older formats, and I really enjoy the design of this card. And the third one is of Kefnet the Mindful, one of the gods from Amonkhet. It's a legendary creature, a god, a 3 casting cost for a 5/5 flying indestructible. I think it's a really cool card. I believe it's my 11th. My top 10 is the 11th one. The draw ability, it's really good, and I really enjoy this card. I think it will see a lot of play. I think it might be a 1 or 2 in a control deck, and I think it's a very good card to enter on the 3rd turn or even at the end of the game. So I really enjoy this card, and I think we'll see a lot of play in standard, of course. Let's start the top-down list. In the number 10, I bring you one of my favorite dragons from all time. His name is Glorybringer. It's a 5-mana casting cost for a 4/4 flying ace with the new Exert ability. In this case, when it attacks, you can exert it and deal 4 damage to target non-dragon creature an opponent controls. This is what everybody loves. Remember, Storm Breath Dragon is basically the same thing. It doesn't have protection to white, but it's a strong 4/4 flyer for 5 mana that attacks immediately. It can give 8 damage on the turn it comes in. So I think it's a very strong card that will see a lot of play. And I think I really enjoy this card, and it's my number 10. For number 9, I bring you not one card, but a complete cycle of cards, and it's the Bicycle lands. I really enjoy the name. Bicycle is really cool because they're dual lands and they're cycling lands. These are really a cool design. Everybody loved the old cycling lands. And this one, of course, costs 2. The other ones cost 1, but it was 1 generic, 1 specific. This is 2 generic, and it's a great add. It has the cool dual land, so it can be fetched, and it's really cool. You can cycle if it comes in late in game. If you have it in your hand, it's the first drop. It comes with both land types, and I think it's a really cool design. I don't know if we're expecting it, but I really enjoy it, and I think everybody's going to play them. It's the thing that we'll most be looking for at the beginning for fixing our mana, and they're really cool. In the end of the game, when you have already your mana base settled, it's a cool thing to cycle and get new cards. It's much better than the current dual lands that can play tapped or have all those specifications to enter the untapped, and I really enjoy these cards. In the number 8, I give you one of the best enchantments from this set, Drake Haven. Remember those cycle lands that I'll talk to you right now? Well, imagine with that, pay 1 more and create a 2/2 flyer. It's a great enchantment. It's a great thing to have in play. I think it's a limited bomb. I think we'll see a cool constructed play if control becomes a thing. I think it's a great card to have in your hand with the new Force Spike that you can cycle for 1 blue mana. It's a great thing for standard. In older formats, even it's also very cool, because imagine Tormenting Voice, where you pay 2, where you buy cards and discard cards. I mean, when you those discarded cards, turn them into Drake's 2/2 flyers. I think it's a really cool card. It's a really cool design. It's a cool rare. It's already have some value, and I think it's a great card that will see a lot of play. In number 7, I'll bring you Champion of Ronas. It's a 3/3 for 4 mana that has probably one of the most strongest abilities I've seen a creature ever have. When it attacks, you may exert it, again, the new ability from Amonkhet, and you basically put a creature from your hand into the battlefield. Imagine putting a World Spine Worm. It's huge. It's outstanding. It's sad that it's sad and also cool that we don't have something like a Reflector Mage, because that would be insane. But it's a really big threat. I don't think it doesn't go higher because it's a 3/3 that can die to a bolt or something like that. But he's really strong, and for 4 mana, an ability that when it attacks, puts something huge on the battlefield. I think it's huge. I think Commander players love this card, are already been really excited with this, because in Commander we have really huge threats, and it's outstanding. I really enjoy the card. It's a real great creature, and I think we'll see a lot of play in several formats, probably, certainly in Standard, probably in Modern, and certainly in Commander, because all my friends, Commander players, are really excited with this card. At number 6, Gideon of the Trials. I don't think it's as good as the Ally of Zendikar. I think it's a good Gideon. I think he only goes up. His abilities are cool. The first one, it's a cool thing for a 3 mana Planewalker. The second ability is basically Gideon, so if you didn't have that, it would be really weird. The last one, it could be great. It could be a turn a lot. Basically, you lose a turn to do an emblem that might not do anything. So I don't think this is really good. But okay, you probably see a lot of play with the other, even you play with the other Gideon, because imagine you put this one on the third turn. Then on fourth turn you attack with it, and then you put the other Gideon. You already have one emblem, then have the other one. It might be really cool, but I don't think it's going to be as big as the Ally of Zendikar. But it's a cool card, it's a powerful card, and it's my number 6. I think it's not the best, in my opinion, it's not the best Planewalker on the set, but it's a cool card. It's a cool design, but I don't think it's as good as we might be used to with Gideons. The number 5, Vizier of the Menagerie. Remember Courser of Crufix? I think this is even better. It might not ramp you, but it's a great ability. It's a 3/4 for 4 mana, and says that you can look at the top card of your library, you can cast it, and even fix your mana. You should, if you have extra mana, extra things like mana vaults in Commander, thing like that, you can cast it as you want. It's a really strong card. It's a cool thing because Courser only lets you put one land into play. This you can cast over and over. Imagine that you have 4 creature cards put together in the top of your library. You play the first one, you see the second one, you put the second one, you see the third one, you put it on the battlefield again. It's a huge effect. It's a cool thing that your opponent doesn't see the card. Because for several reasons. First one, it will be a nightmare for referees. Cursor of Crufix was always a problem with flipping the top card. Sometimes you forget it. Even sometimes you will die and the top card will still be turned over. So it will be always a nightmare for referees and for judges, and this is a better designed card than Courser of Crufix. I think it's a really cool card, a really strong card. The art is magnificent, and I really love this card. I love play with creatures, and this is a creature that enable other creatures to come to the battlefield. It's a really cool card, a really cool design. It could be only a rare, but it's very complicated. But okay, but I really love this card, and it's my number 5. And one of the best creatures in the set. At number 4, another Planewalker, probably my favorite Planewalker in the last 2 years, and is Nissa, Steward of Elements. When I saw this card, I didn't believe it. I thought it would be a fake. I don't think, okay, a Planewalker with X? This is stupid. But it's when I see that it was real, I became so happy because I would love to play with this card. It's a planeswalker that can be turned on turn 3, and you can scry to, and you can prepare your next draw steps, and even prepare your next draw step, and then put the top card of the deck that you put on number 2 on the bottom on the field immediately. If you don't want, if you're flooding, it allows you. It's really cool on the first turns. If it comes in the last turns, basically it's 10 damage on the air, and it's huge. It's outstanding. It's amazing. It's an amazing card. It's with it's a new design. It's something they're really trying, and I really love. I believe some people will not like it. Most people probably won't play it, but I really love this design. I really love the evolution that she's becoming blue or green and blue, and it's great when you don't have a cool Jace to play now. You have this ability to scry too. It's a really good ability, and then all the other abilities, her being able to play a creature directly from the top of the library to the field, or even ramp your mana. You can do that. Imagine, because of the land, it doesn't count. You can put, if you have lands, you can put the land on the be the second one, and so you can put, you put this on turn 3. On the turn 4, you basically put your 4th and 5th land on the battlefield and ramp from there. It's great. It's really allows you to basically set all your field and prepare your game. If most people that say bad things about it, it doesn't protect itself. Yeah, that's true. So if you can protect itself, you don't play on turn 3. You play it probably in turn 6, 7, or 8 with 6, and attack with 10, and basically ultimate her for 10 damage. So that's right. She's really, really good, and I really love this card. It's my number 4, and that's my opinion, of course, but I really enjoy this card. At number 3, my favorite god from Amonkhet, Ronas the Indomitable. It's a really strong creature. It's a really aggro creature. It's a 5/5 death touch indestructible for 3 mana. It's an enormous creature. It is probably the easiest one to turn into a real creature and being able to attack and block. The ability to give other creatures, so +2/+0 and tremble, so he is able to attack, and even if you already have a creature with 4 or greater power, he doesn't have, he give +2/+0 to him, become a 7/5 death touch indestructible trample creature. It's amazing. When you attack with this is so huge, so big, so destructible to the entire board of the opponent. He has to block it, but if he doesn't have a way to exile it from the field, this is basically going to control the entire game. Then you put all the creatures just to enable him, and it's huge. And if he to avoid taking damage, basically you put a stack of creatures to block him. You basically can destroy 2, 3, 4 creatures because he has that. So you give 1 damage to each creature, even if you put 10 creatures, 10 10s in front of him. So it's an amazing card. It's a strong, in my opinion, he's the strongest god, and we'll see a ton of play. And as a side note, it can be casted from Collected Company for the people in Modern that would like to see that in play. Okay? So it's huge. It's my number 3, in my opinion, is the best god and one of the best creatures in this standard environment. In number 2, the best rare in the set, the best rare in a long time in the standard environment. Probably a card will not see standard play, but it's an outstanding card for Modern, for Legacy. It's amazing. It's beautiful card. I love to see it. It's of course Arch Mentor. Is 1 generic, 1 red for a 2/2, but you have one of the best abilities. Is every time you activate an artifact, a creature or a land that is on the battlefield, will deal 2 damage to that player. It, of course, is one side. It's not like the red island that sometimes hurts you because at the end you're playing when you're getting hurt by your creature. This will basically shut down a lot of modern decks at current, like Lantern or even robots. It will suffer a lot with this. But being able, imagine with Seeming Spirit Guide, put this on the field on the first turn, making every fetch land cost 3 life to a player, it's terrible. It's really the note on the end. Fight through it. It's really something that an opponent will have to deal with this creature. In Legacy, where you have to basically it's all fetch lands, decks like Miracles, it's dead to this creature. If this creature comes in the first or second turn, the deck loses because you cannot activate the Sensing Divining Top. You cannot, if you want to counter something, well, taking 2 damage for counterbalance. It's amazing. It's an amazing card. It's an amazing design, and basically will shift. I believe we will shift the way people play Modern and Legacy because of this card. It's amazing. I love it. I think it's something that Red really misses, and I think everyone will be suffering from this card because it's amazing and it's great and I love it, and it's my number 2 because my number 1 is something even crazier than this. And as number 1, one of the best enchantments of all time. My number 1 pick for Amonkhet is As Fortals. This card is bananas. It's completely insane. It's worse than that. It's really, really dangerous because it's something that allows you to play things for free. Imagine this in Modern at turn 2 when you play Birds of Paradise in first turn. You can play this on turn 2 and then play Ancestral Visions or Restore Balance or Living End, things like that. And as it goes, it will become even more dangerous because you can play one thing for free every single turn. It's insane. It's something that can go either way. It can be not seen any play, or might be banned in a month or 2 because it's completely insane. Imagine that you play this on turn 2 or 3. Okay, you make an Ancestral Visions. You draw 3 cards. You get another Ancestral Vision. You draw more. In the next turn, you will be drawing more 3 cards because you cannot do it in this turn, and it's completely insane. It's something that I don't think they tested it, really. I really hope that doesn't break the game because I hate when cards break the game. That's why I didn't enjoy it. Things like Treasure Cruise or things like something like that, because it breaks the game. It's funny the first time you see it, but then it's really warps all the meta game and really ruins the game for everyone. I think it's a huge card. You'll see a ton of play in all formats, in Standard, in Modern, in Legacy, and in Commander. It's amazing. The only thing I believe it will force people to play things like Erase to get rid of this thing because it's really, really dangerous. And this is my favorite card from this set. It's my number 1. I hope you all enjoy it. I want to do from uncommons and commons cards all my top 10s from those sets also. Hope you enjoy this. If you want to subscribe to the channel, great. It's a small channel, something that I'm really starting. And tell me your top 10. I love your top 10s. I'm making this because I love to hear top 10s, and I decided, well, if I want to see top 10s, why don't I make one? So I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye.